I never thought I'd be the reason my sister's perfect proposal ended in silence, tears, and a family divided into sides. But here we are, and now I'm wondering if telling the truth really made me the villain. For context, my sister and I have never been close. Growing up, Emily was the golden child. She was charismatic, beautiful, and knew exactly how to work a room. I was the quiet one, the observer, the one who noticed things but rarely spoke up. Emily always had a habit of exaggerating, bending the truth or outright lying when it benefited her. Nothing huge when we were kids, claiming credit for my school projects, saying teachers favored her, telling friends our parents were stricter with her to get sympathy. Everyone brushed it off as her being dramatic, but as adults, her lies got bigger. 3 years ago, Emily started dating Mark. Was honestly great. Kind, successful, generous, and deeply family-oriented. Our parents adored him. He treated Emily like a queen, and for once, I thought maybe she'd finally grown up. Last year, Emily announced that Mark was planning something big. She hinted constantly. Ring emojis, wedding Pinterest boards, comments like, "When he proposes, it'll be unforgettable." What she didn't know was that Mark and I had become friendly, not secretly, just naturally. We worked in similar fields, and occasionally he'd ask my advice about Emily, especially when it came to family dynamics. That's when things started to feel off. Mark once asked me, "Did Emily ever tell you about how she paid off her student loans?" I was confused. Emily had told everyone, friends, family, even social media, that she'd paid off her massive student debt on her own through hard work and sacrifice. It was part of her strong, independent woman image. I told Mark, "As far as I know, Mom and Dad paid most of it." There was a long pause. Mark admitted that Emily had told him a completely different story. She said she'd paid for everything herself, had never received financial help, and that our parents had actually refused to help her. Something that deeply shaped her. Independence. That wasn't just exaggeration. That was a lie, and not a small one. Over the next few months, Mark asked more questions. Each time I realized Emily had rewritten our family history for him. She claimed our parents favored me, not her. She said she financially supported them. She said she bought her own car. Dad did. She said she paid rent for years. She lived rent-free. At first, I didn't say anything. I told myself it wasn't my relationship. I didn't want to be that sister. But then Mark confided something that changed everything. He told me he was planning to propose in front of the entire family at a large dinner party he was organizing. He said he admired Emily's strength and honesty and wanted to publicly honor the woman who built herself from nothing. That's when my stomach dropped. Because the proposal, the speech, the symbolism, the future he was envisioning was built entirely on a lie. I gently suggested he talk to Emily directly about these things. He said he tried, but she brushed him off, saying, "My family just doesn't like admitting I worked harder than them." That night I barely slept. I kept asking myself, if I stay quiet, am I protecting my sister or helping her trap someone in a lie? I didn't want to destroy her relationship, but I also couldn't watch Mark commit his life to a version of Emily that didn't exist. So I made a decision I knew would have consequences. The night of the proposal arrived. The whole family was there. Parents, cousins, friends. Everyone was dressed up. Emily was glowing. Mark stood up with a glass in his hand and began his speech. He talked about resilience, independence, truth. And then, before he could kneel, I stood up. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might pass out. I said, "Mark, before you do this, there's something you deserve to know." The room froze. Emily's face drained of color. I calmly, but clearly, explained that many of the stories Emily had shared about her past weren't true. I didn't insult her. I didn't yell. I simply stated facts, and my parents confirmed them when asked. Emily exploded. She screamed that I was jealous, that I'd always hated her, that I was trying to sabotage her happiness. She accused me of ruining the biggest moment of her life. Mark didn't propose. He asked for space and left. The dinner ended early. Emily blocked me everywhere. My parents are divided. My dad says the truth matters. My mom says I could have waited until after the proposal. Extended family calls me cruel. Some say I humiliated her on purpose. Others quietly thank me for saving Mark. Emily sent one final message before blocking me completely. "You didn't just ruin my proposal. You ruined my life. It's been weeks. Mark and Emily are still together, but things are tense. Therapy has been mentioned. Trust is broken. I keep replaying that moment in my head. Was it my place to speak up? Could I have handled it differently? Did the truth need to come out that way? So now I'm asking strangers on the internet what my family won't agree on.